I'm going to talk to you today about the offense called stunt driving. It's located under the Highway Traffic Act of Ontario, Section 172(1). There are many behaviors that would be considered stunt driving, and in many cases, my clients are not quite sure what has happened or how this charge could have been handed to them. So I'd like to talk a bit about that today so that my clients have a better understanding of exactly what may have happened, okay? The behaviors that are considered to be stunt driving, one of the most common would be something to do with speed. So the quantum of speed, or the amount of speed above a speed limit, is probably the most common type of stunt driving violation that I would see, or anyone in Ontario. There are, however, other types of behaviors that would import the charge of stunt driving. As I recall, one of the most common outside of that would be a race or wager. So you would have two vehicles decide, maybe by a nod, and I've had cases like this where two gentlemen pull up to a red light, let's say, and they nod at each other, and then they basically drag race off of that mark. And if that's been observed by a police officer, both vehicles would very likely be stopped, and then I would have to deal with that sort of a violation, which is not a problem, but that is just simply one of the ways where it can happen. Other types of behaviors, running your vehicle. Vehicles are considered to be a weapon, and when they become close to pedestrians or any person, the automatic concern is the danger to that pedestrian. So if you're observed, running a little too quick to a pedestrian, or driving that vehicle in a manner that seems unsafe, it's possible you would be charged with stunt driving. The other types of stunts you can imagine, I had a recent case like this where I had an angry client, and he wasn't observing the speed limit, he was driving too slow, and he was interfering with traffic while he was upset. Something had happened to him, and he was using his vehicle in an inappropriate way and disturbing traffic and causing problems. Things like that. Other things could be, it's been 40 years of experience, so I've had cases where there have been persons in the trunk, and when discovered, the driver of that motor vehicle had been charged with stunt driving. We've had cases where simply proceeding before green, stopped at a red light, didn't want to wait any longer, and then simply move forward. Yes, it's a violation of a minor offense of disobeying that particular light, but we've had cases where, in fact, they have also been charged with stunt driving. Another example would be chasing a motor vehicle. You might be chasing your friend, and it might be fun, but it's simply an eyebrow-raising event for a police officer, and it's pretty common at that point in time that they're going to be stopped, and you will see the summons for stunt driving. But I think, to recap, what we need to understand is most of the time when you or your friends or someone that you know in your family was charged with stunt driving, statistically, over 95% of those charges are going to be born out of some level of speeding, okay? And currently in Ontario, at highway speeds of 80 or 100, you'd have to be doing at least 50 kilometers over the limit, and that would import a stunt driving charge. But at the lower speeds, 40, 50, 60, 70, the vehicle only need to achieve 40 kilometers over that set limit, and again, you would be charged with stunt driving.